Hi, my name is Sam, and I'd love to share with you the story of my journey thus far. So, if I was to kind of sum up where I've been, who I am now, or where I am now, and where I want to go, it would be with these two fundamental beliefs that I think shapes the way that I show up and approach the world. The first belief is that I truly believe that adversity is our advantage, meaning that as long as we repurpose and reframe struggle and adversity as a means to deepen empathy and to help others through their struggles, I believe that this is adversity is actually a blessing in disguise. Why do I say this? Well, as a 24-year-old, I wouldn't say suffering, but who has chronic pain and injury, this this catalyst period of my life has shown me and taught me so much through what I can only describe as one of the toughest periods of my life. So at 22, strong, confident, feeling like, invincible in this body that I had built. I was an avid CrossFitter. I love movement and thinking that nothing can stand in my way, but was severely wrong when I was brought to my knees by injury that I brought only on myself through basically egoistic training, where I was just training for the training mindlessly without really listening to my body, and eventually my body broke down in multiple places, and it was pretty traumatic for me at the time because it affected. This is a story I don't share that often, but it affected me in a place that I would never wish on any other guy to experience. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it broke me mentally, physically, emotionally. But through this broken period, I realized looking back now that it was actually truly a blessing in disguise. It taught me so much about what it truly means to live in the human body, mind, and spirit. It caused me to dig deeper, to sincerely question a lot of the previous notions that I held so tightly, and to let go of any notions that did not help me. And one of the things that I discovered is that when it comes to physical aches and pains, that we need to think broader. We need to think outside of the symptomatic treatment of it hurts here, it must be a problem with here. But I realized that even things like how we move, the way that we sit, the shoes that we have on our feet, the stress levels that we have internally, the ideas, the paradigms that we have about how the body works. I realized that my knowledge of, because I studied exercise physiology in university, that actually did not help me with my recovery, which is such a counterintuitive thing, but it taught me to really just open up the way I thought about things. And it also fundamentally showed me that the body has an innate capacity to heal. And I would love to implore, and I hope that anyone out there who's listening to this and feels like they have an ache or pain that doesn't seem to go, I believe that my fundamental belief, and this is something that really gets me going, but there is hope, and you can get better. Just start really fully living in your body and start trying to understand deeper. Research out there. Go to find people who have gone through similar journeys as yours and learn what they discovered through their journey of overcoming their adversity. Please feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to share with you things that I picked up from my body and hopefully the things that you can use for you too. So that's fundamental belief number one. Fundamental belief number two is that we are all innately creative and created on this earth to create whatever our unique story or unique value proposition for the world. And even not just for the world, we can start smaller, just for the people around us and even for ourselves. But I believe that we're all innately creative and created to create. Why do I say this? Well, the journey that I've been on has brought me to a place where I now can say that I'm a university dropout. It used to be very hard for me to say, because this external narrative of the world, I guess, made me believe at one point or before I dropped out that without the degree that I wouldn't be able to get a job, that I'm not as smart, or I would be considered a failure in life. That that the economic crisis right now is such that it's very hard to find a job if you don't have a piece of paper. But as the moment I let go of that, I'm so blessed to have supportive such a supportive family and supportive friends around me that eventually it came to a place where I did let go of those mindsets. That I realized the innate creativity in me was then allowed to flow. I was able to honor my unique story and my unique strengths that I'm able to offer the world and even any pursuits that I have in the future. So currently I think what I would consider a alternate pathway where I'm doing an entrepreneurial, it's a program called Praxis where it's 3 months entrepreneurial bootcamp, we upskill you, hard skills, soft skills, and 6 months a paid apprenticeship, which for me is such an amazing it just makes sense. It just makes sense in a day and age where um, it's 2017, baby. There should be other options out there than the only one finite set way. And I implore you that if you have any inklings in your soul that what you're doing is not right for you, I implore you to reach out and find, because there are options out there nowadays. And yeah, so that's me in a nutshell. I hope that, thank you so much for your time and listening. My hope is that we can connect. This is my story, but I'd love to hear about your story as well. So feel free to connect with me in any way, shape, or form. I think my details are on my website. And yeah, thank you so much for your time. In love and light, have an amazing one. See ya.